Hey there, Heather. Ho there, Jeff Cuddy. Welcome you to yet another In the Pocket Bowling Top 50 PBA and a Battle Royal. Uh, we have we had 50 bowlers in the set, 25 matchups, one match. You win your match, you're guaranteed to be in the round of 32. If you lose, it'll be the seven highest scores of the losers will be in, and then we go from there. So we're gonna be up and running. Our first match today is Jason Couch versus Dave Davis. A reminder of last time we saw Walter Ray Williams lose to Allen. We saw Parker Bone, despite throwing 4 open frames to start the match, beat Johnson. We saw Norm Barnes lose to Sultar. We saw Norm Duke put up a 204, losing to Dick Weber. And we saw Mark Roth with a 226, but he lost to Son. Now we have some matches. We have Couch versus Davis. First, there's a Couch 221. Dave Davis 213, 28. Both of them are lefties. So, off and running. Throwing a 252. Oh, sorry. I guess I had the wrong one. Anyway, Couch throws a 236. That's 11. That's a strike. Davis throws a 662. That is a 9 somehow. An 8 plus 1. So I guess they call it a 611, which is like a little bit off putting, or a 411. I don't know how they do it. David's second frame is a 242. That's an 8 with a spare. That's an 8. Couch throws a 533. That's a K on everyone's board. That's an 11. Couch throws a 561. That's a 12. That's another strike for him. Davis throws 532. That's a strike. That's 10. That's a strike. On 4. Davis throws a 154. That's a strike. That's 10 points. Couch throws a 366. That's 15. But double six means back one frame. And since he struck on the third frame, that's what he gets. Fifth frame. Couch throws a 562. That's a 13. That's a strike. Davis throws a 351. That's a 9. That's a 9 split. Or my spare, excuse me. So on 6, he throws a 366. That's back one. That's 15. But that pair of sixes, you go back one frame, and that is uh, yeah, and that is what you get for the fifth frame. Sixth frame. Couch throws a 315. Unfortunately, that's not enough for a number. For an X, that's a spare. 7. He throws a 131. That's an 8 split. Spare, that's good. Davis throws a 524. That's a strike. He's down by 40 points, but he makes that strike on 7. On 8. He throws a 441. That's a spare. Couch throws a 563. That's a 14. That's a strike. And looks pretty good. Davis is going to throw the ninth frame. And he gets a 651. That's a strike. So 157 and a strike. 10th frame. He throws a 442. That's a strike. He throws a 235. That's another strike. Can he get 217? He can get 217. That's a strike. So that's a 217. Now Couch has to throw the ninth frame. Couch throws a 616. That's a strike. 10th frame. First ball is a 362. That's a strike. That's going to win the game for Couch. Davis throws a 217. That's pretty good. That's the third highest score right now. So Dave Davis might be okay. Doesn't matter what Couch throws. And he throws a 265. Not half bad. No open frames. Well, he did, yeah, 10 for his partial open frame. But yeah, no open frames for Couch. He's 5 strikes. I think he's the guy who throws with 2 hands. I can't remember. But yeah, 265 to 217. A big win for Couch. Single match. We go with the legend Earl Anthony. Next on the list, we go top to bottom. And he will face off against Davis. Jim Stavanovich. Stefanich. That's it. So Earl Anthony throwing a 221. Stefanich throwing a 213. How did I get those two? Huh. Oh, laptop display. Oh, that's what it is because laptop display does it like display. Ah, I fixed it. Ah, after so many months. Tee hee. Here's Earl Anthony. First frame throws a 8-1. Wow, 161. Ouch. That's an 8. That would be a spare, but that's a open frame. Earl Anthony. Wow. Stefanich throws a triple three, three of a kind. That's a 7-2. So yeah, three of a kind. Not good. Next throw is a 5-3-6. That's 14. That's a K on everyone's board, 10 to 15. Here's Anthony. Throws a 5-5-3. Unfortunately for him, that's a 13. The pair of fives is back 2 frames, but I guess they didn't. 7 spare. I don't like that. Third frame. Throws a 6-2-3. That's a K on everyone's board. Savanich. Throws a 6-5-1. That's 12. That's a K on everyone's board. Fourth frame. He throws a 5-3-1. That's a spare. Anthony. 3-3-4. That's 10. That's a K on everyone's board. On 5. He throws a 4-4-6. That's a strike. Stefanich throws a 5-3-3. That's a strike. On to 6. He throws a 1-5-6. That's 12. That's a strike. Anthony throws a 4-5-6. Get your kicks. And that's enough for 15. That's a K on the board. On to 7. He throws a 1-3-2. That's a 6. That's a strike. Well, yeah, his card's a 6. Well, 4-1-1 would have given him a 7-2, but other than that, he gets a strike. Stefanich throws a 5-1-2. That's 8. That's a spare. On 8. He throws a 3-5-3. That's 11. That's a K. Anthony on 8. He throws a triple 6. 18. A pair of sixes back of frame. So 6 would be a strike. But unfortunately, that's 3 of a kind. So that's a spare. He's got to be careful. On 9. He throws a 4-6-4. That's 14. That's a strike. Advantage. Throws a 6-4-5. That's a strike. I think they'll let Stefanich go first. Stefanich throws a 1-2-3-4-5-6. Boom. That's a strike. Next frame is a 2-4-5. That's 11. That's a strike. And he throws a 8, a 234. Anthony will have to have a good number here. Anthony throws 6-5-3. That's a strike. Second ball is a 6-1-4. That's a strike. And he beats Stefanich no matter what. Yeah, he beats Stefanich no matter what because that's 20 points. That's 236. And he throws another strike to end it at 246 for Anthony. Great job by him throwing 5 in a row and then 4 in a row. So 9. Well, that's great. Well, 9 strikes in 11 balls, if you will. The 8th frame didn't do anything. But yeah, 246, 234. So he managed to take the lead from Stefanich and won. So Anthony wins. Stefanich's 234 is the highest of the 7 losers. So now, if a loser scores higher than Barnes' 159, Barnes is eliminated. It'll be Mike Olby versus Carmen Salvino. Don't worry, we will have a lady set. We have a lady set too, so Olby takes on Salvino. 221 versus 214. Lefty versus righty. Here's Olby. First ball is a 6-5-4. 3-2-1. Boom. That's a strike. Salvino throws a 1-3-2. That's a spare. On a 6. That's a spare. On 2. It is 2-3-2. That's a 7. That's a lowly spare. With only 7 pins. Olby throws a 2-2-6. That's 10. That's enough for a strike. On 3. He throws a 3-6-2. That's 11. That's a strike. Salvino throws a 2-3-4. 5-6-7-8. That's a spare. On 4. He throws a 2-1-5. That's 8. That's as many pins as he gets in the first shot, so it's 18 points for the third frame. All B. Throws a 6-2-5. That's another K on the board. That is 13 on the 5. He throws a 2-1-6. So unfortunately, that's a spare. Savino throws a 3-6-3. That's a strike. He's trying to catch up to Olby. He's down by 35 points through 4 on 6. He throws a 5-4-6. That's 15. That's a K. Olby throws a 2-6-3. That's a K. That's 11 points on 7. He throws a 6-6-1 back of frame. So whatever he threw in the 6th frame is what he throws in the 7. And that's a strike. Savino throws a 4-1-3. That's a spare for 122 through 6 on 8. He throws a 1-3-1. That's a 7 and a spare. Olby throws a 2-5-6. That's 13 and that's a strike. On 9. He throws a 6-4-4. That's a strike. Sofino will need some points, and I think he'll get past Barnes. Sofino throws a 6-5-2. That's a strike. I don't think he can catch Opie. 159. That will be enough to knock Barnes out. Throws 2-6-4. That's a strike for 12. Throws again. It'll be a 8 and then a spare 207. And Obi will 10 points minimum. That's 209. So 207 for Salvino. That's not a bad score. Obi's guaranteed to qualify. Yeah, Obi will throw a 267, a pretty good score for Obi. Well, that score doesn't matter because he's won. He won anyway. It's the runner-up score that matters. Obi puts up a 267 to win the match. So he does that. That's match number 3, right? Yeah. Man, I know I'm doing this quickly, a little too quickly, don't you think? Well, anyway, here we go. Single match. Gun, Gunfer. Gunfer takes on Cook. Gunfer takes on Cook, the 9th match. The number is 168 now for the runner-up to knock out Johnson. All right, Gunfer's a 220. Cook is a 214. Gunfer, first ball is a 5.66, and what the frig? They're giving me a runtime error. Oh man, don't you just hate that? Oh. Okay, save as default. Okay, now we get. Okay, so Gunfer throws a 3-1-3. He's upset because he would have had a strike. I don't know if he would have had a strike actually. Cook throws a 3-1-2, but the good news for Gunfer is that Cook with an open frame, that's 6, but he can have a 6. Throws 3-4-3, that's 10, that's a strike. Gunfer throws a 4-3-3, that's a strike, that's 10 points. He's got it. On to 3. He throws a 3-1-1, and that, my friends, is 5, and that is a spare. If anything else, if any combination, like a 2-1-2-2-1 combination, that would have been a strike. Cook throws a 2-6-3, that's a strike on everyone's board. On to 4. He throws a 6-4-6, pair of sixes back 1 frame, so that means the 3rd frame he threw a strike, so that's what he gets. Gunfer gets a 6-4-1, that's a strike. That's 11 points. On 5, he throws a 1-1-2, and out of pocket gives him a 6-3. So that is a terrible open frame. Cook throws 1-5-3, that's a spare. So he's got past 88 points. Throws 5-1-2, that will be 8. That's 8 pins, so 18 points on 5. Gunfer throws a 4-2-2, that is a 8. That's a spare. On 7, he throws a 5-3-4, that's a K on everyone's board. Cook throws a 4-5-5. That means he goes back 2 frames. So whatever he threw in the 5th frame is what he gets. So he gets 9. So that means 19 points on 6, and then a spare on 8. He throws a 1-4-6. That's 11. That's a K. Gunfer throws a 4-3-4. That's a strike on 9. He throws triple twos. That's good news. That's a strike. 3 of a kind. Otherwise, it probably would have been an 8-1. Cook throws a 2-5-1 for a spare. They're going to let Cook go because he has a spare. Gunfer has a pair of strikes to go. Cook throws a 4-1-5. That's a strike. 185 through 9. Throws 4-4-3. That's a strike. And finishes with a strike. 215. So that could be big. Gunfer throws a 2-5-6. That's a strike. On number 2 is a 4-3-3. That's a strike. And that wins him the match. Cook will throw a 215. And that knocks Johnson out. Yeah, Cook will throw a 215 for runner up. So Gunfer has a 218, and his third ball, he gets a strike anyway, so he puts up a 228 despite that 5th frame terrible job. Well, he put the 6-pack. He was down by 17, but then threw 6 straight strikes, and Cook could not continue. So Gunfer wins the match. And one more match to go. It will be Mika, whatever, Koivuniemi. Koivuniemi. Against Petrajula. Petrajula. So we'll see what weird names wins. Mika or Johnny. Or Johnny. Well, now the score to beat to get into the top 7 losers is 204 for Norm Duke. And to eliminate Norm Duke is a 204. Mika throws a 4-2-6. That's 12. That's a K. Petrel throws a 2-2-4. That's 8 points. That's a spare. 2. He throws a 1-1-6. That's an 8. But the 6-1-1 is an 8-1, meaning that it's an open frame. Otherwise, it would be a spare. Mika throws a 5-5-2. That's 12. That should be a strike. Pair it back 2 frames. They give him a 7-2. Why? I don't know. 5-2, I guess the last 2 numbers. Mika throws a 6-1-1, and again he throws an open frame. Yipes. Petra throws a 5-2-6. That's a strike. On 4, he throws a 4-2-6. That's a strike. That's 12. Mika throws a 3-1-4. That's a spare. He's got to get strikes soon. On 5, he throws a 3-6-2. There's a strike, like I was hoping for. That's 11 points. Petra throws a 2-4-2. That's a spare. 8 points with a spare. He's up by 18 through 4. On 6, he throws a 2-6-6. That's a spare. That's 8 with a spare. Because pair of 6 is back 1 frame. So whatever he throws in the 5th is what he throws in the 6th. Mika throws a 1-3-3 but cannot take advantage of it. That's 7 points. That's a spare though. He's only down by 16. On 7, he throws a 1-5-2. That's a spare with an 8 on it. 18 points in the 6th. 7. Petra throws a 1-5-3. That's a 9 spare. On 8, he throws a 2-4-6. 2-4-6-8. Who do we appreciate? Padrilla. Mika throws a 6-2-5. That's a strike. Down by 17 points. On 9, he throws a 2-6-6. Pair of 6s back a frame, so he goes to the 8th frame. That's a strike. Petra throws a 1-1-4. That's a spare. If he threw like 3-2-1, it would have been 8 with a spare. So he's at 152. This might be a very low scoring game. Petra will throw first, and he throws a 5-5-3. That's a strike. Pair of 5s back 2 frames. Then he throws a 1-5-3. It'll end with a 192. I don't know if Mika can. Mika, I think, has a strike out. 1-3-6. He gets a strike. 3-5-3. That's a strike. And he got him. He got Petra. 192. What a job by Mika Koivuuni. He had a pair of open frames and it looked like he was going to lose. Could he throw 5 in a row? He does throw 5 in a row and puts up a 205 to Petra's 192. So Petri did not hit 204 because that was the magic number for the that's the magic losers number is 204. And Petra is eliminated. Mika pulls a rabbit out of his hat. Well, Johnny had like 5 spares in the last 6 frames. Mika had 6 strikes in 6 frames and 2 spares. So basically, he threw the strikes when he needed to. Petra did not. And so Mika wins with a score of 205 to 192. So he wins. And the higher ranked player has won 5 straight. So I think now we're getting to the point of everything. But yeah, the scores are big. 204. You have to score at least 204 and lose to sneak into those 7 spots. So we're done 10 matches. There will be 15 more matches to go. So no one's safe. Really, no one is. Anyhow, I'm Jeff Diamond. Adieu.